Hello and welcome to the overview video for the Launchpad Pro. The Launchpad Pro is the perfect control surface for your Ableton Live sets, external MIDI instruments and devices, or any other DAW that you're using. The Launchpad Pro is a development from the original Launchpad from Novation. And in this video, we'll be having a look at how we can use the Launchpad Pro to control our Ableton Live sets. We'll look at the session mode, the note mode, device control mode, and the user mode. In this section, we're going to explore the session mode of Launchpad Pro. The session mode is the mission control of Launchpad Pro, and we're going to explore how we can use the 8x8 grid of buttons to trigger clips and loops in our Ableton Live set, and we'll also look at some of the brand new functionality that we have with Launchpad Pro. This is the session mode of Launchpad Pro. To access the various different modes, we can use the top right circular buttons. To go to session mode, simply press the button labelled Session. In this page, the 8x8 grid of Launchpad Pro allows us to trigger and launch clips. The lit buttons show me that I have a clip available to play. To launch that clip, just simply push the button. If I want to stop any clip, I can easily do so by pressing an empty clip button, or I can use the stop clip function on the circle button on the bottom row of Launchpad Pro. Simply press and hold the button, press the appropriate channel on the bottom row of Launchpad buttons, and that will stop the clip. If I want to launch a whole row of Launchpad buttons, or a scene as it's known, I can use the circular buttons down the right hand side. Pushing one of these buttons will launch all of the clips available to me on that particular scene. Down the left hand side we have various different function buttons. These include being able to turn the click track on and off. I have a delete button, which will allow me to delete any clips that I don't need. If I make a mistake, I can easily use the undo button to bring back the clips that I've deleted. If I need to redo any actions, I can hold the shift button and press the undo button to redo that last action. We also have access to a quantize button. If I have any MIDI files that need to be quantized, I can easily press the quantize button, press the appropriate clip, and that will quantize the notes in that particular clip. If I want to duplicate any clips, again I can press and hold the duplicate button, press the appropriate clip, and a duplicate is created in the next available slot. At the bottom of the left hand side we have the record button. This is a very important button on Launchpad Pro and allows me to easily set the clip into record mode and out again. The Launchpad Pro has a new mixer mode, which is now much faster to use within your performances and allows the Launchpad Pro to stay in the context in which the mode is set. For example, if I want to change the volumes now, I can simply press and hold the volume button and make the necessary volume changes. When I release the button, we immediately jump back to the session page. Other controls on the mixer include things such as pan, which allow me to send the signal out to the left hand side or right hand side. I can also mute tracks, essentially turning them on or off. And if I want to solo a track to isolate it, I can simply press the solo button and choose the appropriate channel. If I want to be able to record into more than one track at a time, I can easily do so by switching off the ARM exclusive setting by right-clicking on the Record Enable button within Ableton, switching off, and now I can choose multiple channels to record into. The Track Select button will allow me to instantly jump to a track and be able to control the devices or effects on that particular channel. This is very useful when we're in device mode on Launchpad Pro. If I want to add any send effects, again I can press and hold the send button, and now I have a choice of the different send effects that we have set up within our Ableton Live session and can easily send out a signal to that particular send. If I need to stop any clips, I can hold the stop clip button and use the bottom row of the Launchpad to switch off those particular clips. One of the great features on the Launchpad Pro is the fact that we have RGB LED backlit buttons. In the session page, these backlit buttons represent the same colour as the clips in your Ableton Live session. We can easily change the colour of the clip in Ableton by right-clicking on it and choosing from the colour palette at the bottom of the menu. This will then be refreshed on the Launchpad Pro and updated to the new colour. To navigate our way around the session window of Ableton Live using the Launchpad Pro is really easy. We have our navigation buttons at the top left of Launchpad Pro, and these allow us to move up and down, left and right, and allow us to access any clips that we have in our session window. If I need to navigate my way around the Ableton Live session window in larger areas, I can hold down the session button and move in blocks of 8, up or down, to access the various different clips in Ableton Live's session window. We've seen with the new mixer mode how easy it is to stay in context of the mode we're set to by simply pushing and holding and releasing. But if I need to stay in a particular page, such as the volume page, I can simply press once and it will stay in the volume section. All the fader controls in Launchpad Pro have the new fader glide mode, and this allows us to make nice smooth transitions with our fader controls. This is velocity sensitive, so if I push the pad lightly, we'll see that we get a nice fader glide to that position. If I press hard, it will instantly jump to that point. Another cool function on the Launchpad Pro is the Shift button. This allows us to select a specific clip within our Ableton Live session window and navigate to that particular clip ready for editing. In this section, we're going to have a look at Note Mode. Note Mode is an exciting new feature of the Launchpad Pro, and it gives you hands-on control over your drum racks or any other instruments that you have in your Ableton Live set. This adds an exciting new dimension to your performance and production. Let's take a closer look. Note Mode is a powerful feature of the Launchpad Pro. To access Note Mode, simply press the Note button from the Mode selector switches at the top of Launchpad Pro. In Note Mode, we have two means of controlling our instruments within Ableton. If I'm working with pitched or chromatic instruments, the Launchpad Pro will automatically select Chromatic Mode. If I'm working with a drum rack within Ableton, the Launchpad Pro will automatically select Drum Mode. I'm now going to record a clip using a drum rack in Ableton Live. I'll turn the click track on so that I get a reference and can stay in time. I'll start Ableton Sequencer, and when I'm ready I can hit the record button and we'll record into the first available clip slot. In Note Mode, it's really easy to quantize anything you've created. Just simply press the quantize button. I'm now going to duplicate this clip, and now I'll add some additional drum parts. Just simply press the record button and we can overdub into this clip. Again, I can quantize and duplicate the clip. If I want to delete a note, I can simply press and hold the delete button and select the note that I want to delete, in this instance the bass drum. In any mode on the Launchpad Pro, we can use Quick View to quickly access another mode. For example, if I push and hold the Session button, we jump straight to Session mode where I can launch some additional clips. When I release session mode, we jump straight back into the note mode. I'll also use Quick View now to arm a track ready to record a bass line. Press and hold record arm, choose the appropriate channel, release, and we go straight back to note mode. We're now in chromatic mode. The purple lights represent the root note. We can change the octave of the root note by using the up and down arrows. We can also change the root note by using the left and right arrows. I'm now ready to record a bass line. Once again, I'll hit the record button and we'll record into the first available clip slot. When I press record again, the clip will automatically loop. I can now quantize this, and I can duplicate that clip. I'll now hit record again and add some additional notes. This is a great way of developing your musical ideas and creating variety within your clips. I'll now use Quick View with the record arm button to arm another track. In this track I'm going to record some chords using a string sound. The way that we control our audio effects, instruments and plugins with the Launchpad Pro has evolved. In this section, we're going to take a look at device mode and see how we can use the Launchpad Pro to control all of our devices within our Ableton Live set. To access device mode, simply press the device button from the mode selector switches at the top of Launchpad Pro. In device mode, we have 8 faders to control the parameters of our instruments or effects. Pressing the device button whilst in device mode will alternate between showing the contents of your clip or the channel settings of your track in Ableton Live. Device mode follows the blue hand in Ableton Live. For example, here we're set to control the string ensemble. By using the fader, I can change the parameters of this particular instrument. If I want to select a different instrument, I can use the left and right arrows to move through the different instruments on that channel. I'm now going to choose a different track and access the different instruments on that track. I'm now controlling Tornado on the original drum part. In device mode, we can also use Fader Glide to make smooth transitions on any changes we make. With its 8x8 grid of RGB LED backlit buttons, the Launchpad Pro is a powerful and interesting way of creating visual displays. In this section, we're going to explore the user mode on Launchpad Pro, and we'll see how we can create our own light shows. User mode is a powerful way of creating your own custom mappings on the Launchpad Pro. In Ableton, to MIDI map, we simply press Command and M on an Apple or Control and M on a PC. We're now in MIDI Learn mode. I'm going to learn these 3 clips to these 3 buttons on the Launchpad. I select the clip, press the appropriate button. To come out of MIDI Learn mode, I press Command and M on an Apple or Control and M on a PC. These three buttons are now set to control the three clips. Alongside creating your custom mappings, User Mode is a great way of creating stunning visual content. The three clips that I have learnt to these buttons contain MIDI information. This is being fed back to the Launchpad Pro and will allow me to create an interesting and creative light show. This means that I can integrate any light show directly into my Ableton Live performance. One of the exciting and cool new features about the Launchpad Pro is the fact that we have MIDI in and MIDI out. This allows us to control our external synth or any other MIDI-based device. In this section, we're going to look at how we can use Launchpad Pro to control an external synth. Using the included MIDI breakout cable, I have the Launchpad Pro connected directly into the MIDI input of the Bass Station 2. To select Note Mode, press and hold the Setup button on the top left of the Launchpad Pro. We now can select our different modes here. The green button on the very left-hand side is for Ableton Live control. The blue button is for Note Mode. In Note Mode, this is the same as the chromatic note control that we get with our software. The purple lights represent the root note, and the up and down arrows allow us to change the octave. If I need to change the root note, I can use the left and right arrows. In MIDI mode, we also have access to different types of control, such as drum mode, fader mode, and programmer mode. I can also select different MIDI channels from the 16 blue buttons at the bottom of Launchpad Pro. So thanks for watching this brief overview video of the Launchpad Pro. Why not check out the performance video to see it in action?